Good afternoon, everybody. Today is a special meeting of the Cable Commission's Advisory Board. Today is Wednesday, September 13th, 2017. It is 5:15 p.m. We have two agenda items on our table tonight. First one is to receive information regarding an update to the cable franchise agreement. Mr. Sherman.
Okay, so the cable franchise agreement has been written as an ordinance and will be presented at the first hearing will be September 19th, and then it'll be a PUC agenda item on the September 26th, and the second reading and adoption will be held on October 3rd, if that's all correct. Yeah. So the process is moving forward, and we're getting close to finalizing all of that.
Okay. Any questions or information from the Commission? No?
No.
Hearing none, then we'll move on to the second item of business. Consider a proposal from Audiovisual Technical Consultants to prepare bidding documents or high-def upgrade.
I think we need to,
Do we have a motion and
a motion. I'll move to receive
Oh,
the
reach.
update regarding the cable franchise agreement.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
aye?
Opposed? Motion carries. Sorry about that. Number two, consider proposal from Audiovisual Technical Consultants to prepare bidding documents required for the high-def upgrade process. Mr. Sherman.
Okay, so we have met with two AV consultants to create bidding documents that will prepare us to reach out to AV integrators to create the HD upgrade that would be needed in this facility here. So we met with Morecom and with Peterson Audiovisual Consulting. You have both of those proposals in front of you. After they made an initial meeting, we had a second follow-up meeting with each of them, and they provided a bid on what it would be. And I don't know if there's any questions based on what's presented there.
Do you have a recommendation of one of the two?
I would recommend the Morecom proposal. They seemed like they had a little bit more experience with the audio-visual component that we're looking into working with cable access.
It's certainly a much more thorough estimate. Looks like they could start within 2 weeks. Their design process will last approximately 1 month. Do we give any thought to having them give a proposal for your main area as well, work area? Is that
They took a look around. We just kind of, I gave them an idea of some future projects that we would be working on. They didn't give a proposal on that, but they just wanted to kind of know what would be down the road.
That's kind of what we're talking about being phase two, right?
Yep.
We want to get this area done first, then move to down there, which will be a much bigger project and much bigger numbers, right?
It probably yes. So, yeah.
Guess so. Okay. Has he given any guesstimate what it's going to cost to?
In terms of the actual AV integration, I'm guessing it may be around 50,000. That's just maybe a little low.
So is he gonna? I'm sorry, I'm asking another question. Is he gonna give us like multiple proposals? Like here's option A, B, and C. Is he gonna just give us one? What is he talking
He
about?
puts together all of the everything that we want. So you're kind of talking about before the meeting about some new ideas about some drop-down screens. We just need to provide everything that we want to update, and then he'll create like a master plan, and then we'll be using all of those documents to reach out to the integrators, and then from them we'll be getting the bids on and the quotes on the costs. So. I think that you probably could have some, an A plan and a B plan, but we need to show both of those plans to all of the different, integrators.
Mm-hmm. Well, having been in this room for 9 years, the biggest complaint that I think from the audience perspective is the neck cranking, having to look up I mean, we didn't have that one recently, I mean, that's fairly recent, but we had this one people had to look at,
Yeah,
or at
reach
that
out.
little tiny one up there. So whenever we showed statistics or roads or lot divisions, they're really hard to see based on the limited views that the audience had. That certainly helps huge to have that one, new one there. And I think for us as counselors or those that sit on the commissions, kind of the same thing. We're not high def, but when you're looking at those details, it's sometimes really difficult on these older plasma televisions that
Yeah.
just need to be bigger, need to be brighter, need to be more high definition, just with the
I
technology.
think that's going to be, it's going to come across a lot more clearly with the HD upgrade and having the newer televisions as well. So
Audio, the few phone calls that I've had about complaints is that, well, we can't even read the name tags.
yes,
That they can't see who's sitting here. And that bothers some of the folks that watch it on a regular basis, especially like city council or park and rec or some of the commissions where they want to know who's saying what and they can't tell because they don't see the name tag. So the new improvement will fix all that, correct?
correct. Yep.
It
Yeah.
will certainly improve resolution, we should be able to
Right.
see finer details,
Okay.
paperwork,
I got my questions asked. Any,
Those were all my questions, too. so
They're all the same one?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Don't have any.
Okay.
So so we'll, in a month, we'll have what we need. Are you going to be bringing that back to the next meeting before we move ahead to approve that option?
I think that I would, my plan would be to meet with, whoever we're choosing, I'm guessing, if we're moving forward with the Morcom, meeting with them and just moving forward with getting those documents, and then hopefully we would have some quotes from integrators at that point.
So, but today we're only approving one of the two companies to prepare the bid, so you're going to need to get us to come back to approve the one that you're going to recommend. Or when would our next meeting be?
Well, who approves the bid once we receive?
That's what I'm saying,
Is
I
that
think
the
we have to approve
organization,
that.
or is that the city council?
I'm not sure. I think, would it have to be, the bid had to be approved by the city council, or?
For 7,000,
Yeah.
I think we have to approve it because I think we got to approve it, and then probably the city council as well.
Okay, so we need to move forward to the city council
So,
before.
Our next meeting when's our next regular meeting?
Next regular meeting is in October. I have.
So that might work as our timeline. We could just schedule it at that meeting.
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
might work.
And then we can run it right to the next city council right afterwards, and you guys would be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that'll work. Timeline should work well if they know
If
that.
we approve it and the council doesn't, then what? We gotta go back and refigure it, huh?
We have to go back and refigure it.
Are you talking 60-inch monitors up here or?
That's what they're gonna be giving us. They'll have to
Okay.
tell us what they're gonna,
It's up to us to tell him what we want, and he's just going to create the plan and all the documents that we're looking to upgrade. So.
and I don't know what the answer is when sitting here, that's quite a ways away, that's quite a ways away. And so maybe ask him if he's got a recommendation, what would be better for the council table here when they're looking at those details and streets and maps that are more detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what that answer is. Maybe it's
Which we
using,
still got it here though, don't we?
true, but we're gonna have the smaller screens again now when we go to the iPads, so we're gonna have
Oh,
smaller.
they're going to those little things, yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe it's good enough the way we have it, but I guess I'd like to hear
Yeah.
some options from him. And then, okay.
Okay.
So you need a motion that identifies the provider that we want to recommend?
Correct. And you're recommending which one again, the
Morcom.
Morcom? So I would entertain a motion to approve the Morcom Morcom bid for the high definition upgrade.
I'll move that we accept Norcom to make the update
Okay?
bid.
A motion, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Any other questions? Anything from your folks' perspective when you're sitting here that you sit on Park and Rec too, or on Public Utilities is,
It'd be the same comments that you're making,
Okay.
Mhm.
that it's hard to see at a distance, and,
yeah,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's that distance factor. And I know we can't shut off the audience because they're right here.
right.
So I don't know. I know if we did 2 drop downs back here, that's gonna be great for the audience.
Yeah, that would be. So So I
But we had
can,
a big 60-inch over in that corner, that should do it, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that could be a bigger, obviously be a bigger screen. That one probably would fit in, in there, but, I don't know.
I will, yeah, I
The
will talk to
professionals, they should
the consultant and see if we can add that into the, which I'm sure we can. So, just looking at his previous
You think you need two of them?
designs, so.
I would think that make one in over here on each side would make the audience, I mean, sometimes when it's really packed in here, you get a controversial thing, and you got people sitting way over there, you got people sitting here, you got people, you got the media people sitting over there. Probably two drop-downs would make sense if they could. But I know some floors have those screens that pop up, but I don't know how that would work either, but.
That might not be as financially,
Lot of
doable. Going down is easier.
Pulling down is much easier. We will leave that to the professionals. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve Mincom's bid, and that total bid cost was
That is $5,970.
$5,970. All right. So we have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else for us today?
And that's all.
Hearing nothing, I will close the meeting. Thank you all very much.